Hi everyone, I hope you're all having a great week. This week I'm working on a little project in my personal art journal. Last week I was working on a different project using the colors you see in the background of my journal. And I had some leftover paint, so I decided to not waste the paint and I created this sort of background for one of my pages in the journal and knew that at some point I'd get around to using it. As usual, I'm using my intuition to guide me in the creative process this week. I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to create, but I do know I want to start by creating a lotus flower, so I'm simply drawing out the outline for the flower before I get going. Once I've finished drawing my outline, I use paint in one of the colors that I used for the background of my paper, and I simply trace the lines. For most of my project, I'm using inexpensive craft paint that you can find just about anywhere and that are usually easily affordable. I've decided my lotus will be floating on water, so I'm mixing white and blue to create the water. Once I was done painting in the background for my water, I decided I was going to add either a sun or a moon. Using a stencil makes the process of drawing in a circle way easier. If I didn't have a stencil, I would simply use the lid from a jar. I'm using simple white to paint the inside of the circle, and eventually I'll use other colors to make either a moon or a sun. By this point, I've decided that my circle will become a moon, and so I'm using dark blue to paint my night sky. After adding a light coat of gold to my moon, I'm now painting the outline of my lotus petals again with a darker red. After adding some more color to my moon, I decided my flower needed to rest on a pad. Before continuing to work on the pad, I decide to let the paint dry and I start darkening my sky again. Now using a darker blue, I add some light ripples to the water. My moon seems too yellow to me, so I'll add some iridescent pearl to lighten it a bit. Now that my flower's lily pad is dry, I can start working on it a little bit more. And now I'm using some dark blue to add a few more ripples to my water. I want to start adding some details to my moon, so I'll use a white pen to draw some irregular circles around it. Then I use a white paint pen to add some stars to the sky. I use the same white paint pen to add some highlights to the water and draw the outline of my flower petals. Using some darker green, I'll add some more definition to my lily pad. Using a black marker, I then trace out the edges of the lily pad. Then, using a black marker with a finer tip, I add some etch marks underneath my flower to create some shading. Still not satisfied with the color of my moon, so I'm adding some lemon yellow to add a little bit more like yellow to it, but not make it too dark. To put the final touches on my moon, I use the same white paint pen to add some swirls to the middle of it and again around it. With these final touches added, I was satisfied that my little painting was complete. I hope this little project can inspire you to pick up your paintbrushes and get painting. Thank you again for making the time to join me on this journey, and have a wonderful week. Most importantly, happy creating!